I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think what maybe these women feel is that maybe those things are important to you, but they're not important to them.
Right, but the thing is,
shout out to 89 viewers in the building right now.
Maybe it's
Today.
confusing for you guys, but feminists, I don't want to tell you what to do with your life. I genuinely don't care what you do. If you want to have a baby, I want you to have it. Actually, if you want to have a baby, I want you to have a baby, because those are the people who want to have these parents.
It's crazy right now.
Like, feminism is all about choice. If you want to be a trad wife, I want you to be that trad wife. I hope you find the man who can provide for you in this economy. That's all it is. It's just about having choice. I'm not telling anyone how to live their life. I would never tell you guys what to do. But I feel from your point, you are telling us how to live lives. Like, a lot of the time it comes off as, you're wrong if you do this, you're bad if you do that, and I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong about your decisions for yourself. I'm not your mother. I don't know what's better for you, just like you guys aren't mine. So that's my only problem here. Feminism is just a way of, it's an equalizer, so we can all come up together.
I feel you. I guess, like, for me, like, the reason why I really opt out and I'm strongly against it is because I don't really hear you guys acknowledge any positive things, like, about motherhood, like, at the forefront of the movement. Like, I feel like a lot of the stories that are told in feminism or feminist theory and stuff, it's
I
always
need
like
kick
these
followers.
terrible,
All my kick
tragic,
followers, come on in, bro.
Stories. And, like, even the women that you reference, you know, as our feminist leaders, like, they didn't live very beautiful, amazing, extravagant lives that any little girl would want to aspire to live. And so I feel like a lot of time, well, Mary Wollstonecraft, Susan B. Anthony, all of these feminists, they all had very tragic, sad, like, traumatizing lives. And so even when they take, like, anecdotes, like, of other women's lives, it's always a highlight on, like, these terrible things. And it's like, why can't we teach women how to be happy, how to, you know, submit and enjoy that, how to appreciate what their body can do? Like, I don't understand why that is something that's shunned, because, like, y'all's faces are turning. So that's what I'm trying to say is, like, why is it always, why are all the bad stories amplified? That's what I'm curious about.
Shout out to
because that's not everyone's
CH,
story.
Mountain
That's not
High
everyone's
Snow.
experience.
Shout out for the follow, man. Appreciate
no
it.
good story comes from everything going right.
Appreciate it.
It's a quote that I've heard that I think maybe might answer that. But with back to the prompt, we all agree feminism benefits white people, white women the most. How do we actually bring everybody else up? Is there any, like, people that disagree with feminism? Like, how do we bring everybody up?
I think we bring up our community by turning towards each other instead of against each other. And I think if you look at it as a balanced approach, I'm not going to deny the fact that women can work, we can vote, we can own, we can do all those things. But I think it is foolish to only look at that and not look at the harm that feminism has caused, especially minority communities. I'll speak as a Black woman. Black women get married at 1/4 the rate. And that is not helping our community, because we're going against our men, and our communities are stronger because we are better together. So I think when we promote healthy families, when we promote the nuclear family, when we promote husbands and wives, moms and dads, boys and girls, that is how we get better. Feminism is not going to make us better. Feminism is actually making our community worse.
I didn't know that feminism equals, like, not getting married at a higher rate. Is that what you guys think feminism is? Is it just don't marry?
I mean, it leads to not getting married because men just don't like masculinity. They don't like women
So you think if you're a feminist, you're masculine?
I mean,
Very.
like, you can take a look at this row of how these women are dressed. They're dressed very feminine, all of them. And then look at you guys. And I'm not, you got your dress on. I'm not even, and this is not a dig at you guys. It's not a dig, but it is. But it's just to say that men are more attracted to that. You know,
Kidding? That is insulting. Yeah, men will put their in what they can put it in.
and they won't stay with them, but they will marry.
She just sat here and looked at all of us and said, "Oh, this is what men want."
I mean, ask them.
The reason that I said it benefits white women more, I don't think it benefits women at all. But if we go back to, like, Margaret Sanger starting Planned Parenthood and abortion, she was part of the eugenics movement. So she wanted to kill Black babies. So that is part of the feminist movement, was to get rid of Black women's babies and the population.
I think this actually speaks really well. I forget your name. I'm so
Maggie.
sorry. Maggie.
Yeah.
Maggie was saying this as well, and it's something I echo, which is that there's a really big problem that happens in our tribes where we don't want to look at the bad things that's associated with them. And I would totally agree with that, right? I look at that and I'm like,
So,
that's great. I like some.
Let me pause this, guys. Let me say this. What they're digging into now is this whole pinnacle of feminism. Like I said, I'm not against it. I'm trying to show you that it's very singular, and these women that are feminists today cannot The same way they want black people to get over slavery, they're saying that, well, hey, slavery happened, we got past it. Move on now, we're doing this and doing that, right? They want black people to get past that. Women can vote, women can get jobs, they can wear pants, they can shop, they have a lot of rights. But they're still on the same note. That's what they're trying to say.
For lots of reasons, but I don't love everything. I don't love everything that feminists
Dubs in the
do,
chat,
right?
man.
When I say that I'm a feminist, it's because the
Thanks for the
ideology, which I
follows.
would label as
Dingy 1000,
feminism,
thanks for the
is
follow. Appreciate you, brother.
Of femininity and
Adele
the, advocacy
111,
and
thanks for the
empowerment
follow.
of women.
Appreciate you.
I think that that's good. So look at the third wave of feminism, which you're probably going to have an issue with. The third wave of feminism was a very white woman movement. It was mostly fixated on getting women into work and wasn't celebrating things that are associated more typically for women with femininity. I think that that's bad. But you look at the fourth wave movement of feminism, and that's corrected. That's why I like the fourth wave of feminism. So we can have bad actors, we can have bad ideas in feminism, and still identify with the idea if you choose to, right? And this is why I choose to. I don't stand by every feminist. I mean, we've disagreed on this side, right? We're heterogeneous necessarily. And yeah, I guess I'll let you about that.
Well, our country was founded by white men who raped their slaves, but it doesn't mean that I'm not proud to.
Oh, bruh. This is gonna be. I forgot about this part.
Because
This is how Mormon she sounds right now. She sounded very Mormon right now. She sounded very Mormon right now. Bro, I'm so happy about tonight's stream, guys. Appreciate you guys for being here.
To be an American, just in the same way that I would say that I'm proud to be a feminist. So.
Do you see how she just compared that? Do you see how she just compared that? Hold on.
I don't stand by every feminist. I mean, we've disagreed on this side, right? We're heterogeneous necessarily. And yeah, I guess I'll let you about that.
Well, our country was founded by white men who raped their slaves, but it doesn't mean that I'm not proud to be an American. Just.
I want you to hear that. I want you to see what she just did and how she spewed that. Look at her face. Look at old girl's face. Look at their face. She just said her country was founded by white men who raped their slaves, but that does not mean I'm not a proud American. Doesn't that go against everything you just said? So yes, I'm a proud man, even though what happened. Bro, y'all gotta pay attention.
Way that I would say that I'm proud to be a feminist. So.
And the final prompt is, there is no shame in having a high body count.
Let's get into it. Now y'all here for the good stuff. Y'all here for the good stuff, man.
Well, I think that shame leads to repentance, and repentance leads to changed behavior. And so having a high body count, like, for example, I talk to people in my community, in the Christian community, and I speak with people, and women that do have high body counts, they tend to struggle with like BPD, borderline personality disorder, other personality issues, comparison, even struggling with being satisfied in the bedroom with their husbands because they had so many other sexual partners. So I do think that there should be shame. I think there should be shame if men are sleeping around. I will say that. There's accountability for that too. That's not right. So, but this is like our Christian beliefs. So in my Christian beliefs are both of us should be waiting until marriage. So, yeah.
Well, I want to address the statistics there because people with higher body counts do show higher satisfaction in relationships, specifically also like couples who have more sex.
Couples who have more sex. But let's go ourselves. Let's do what we've been doing tonight. Well, I spelled that wrong. Y'all let me spell sturdy wrong. Let's do... Oops. Let's do that. So she was wrong. And the other lady was right. When you have casual checks, it does lead to depression. It does lead to what? What? Substance dependence disorders, all these things. Yes. So don't stop listening to these people, bro.
time experience happier sexual relationships like that. The other thing, I want to make sure that we're getting the causation right here. Women or people with BPD struggle with higher impulsive sexual behavior. It's not people who are more sexual struggle with BPD. I want to make sure we're not
That is
like,
true. That's
saying
true right there.
This thing is causing like high sexual behavior is causing BPD. It just happens to be that this group of people, that's like saying that people who have like hallucinations struggle with schizophrenia or whatever. We're like, okay, well, yeah, you're going to look at a population that has a high level of that and say, oh, well, they have high levels of this. Well, yeah, that's like the population you're looking at. That's like saying also that men happen to be more suicidal and then saying like, oh, it's a thing with men. Like it is just a fact about being a male that makes you more suicidal, which is not true. Like you're getting the causation kind of mixed up. I want to make sure that's very clear.
I mean, I feel like I'm going to speak from a whole different type of language where I think that when you are laying down with someone, you're creating a soul tie. So I do think that that will lead to
What's a
some
soul
type
tie?
of just spiritual bonding.
You have like an
within-
argument that there's like a spiritual, or is it?
The ignorance and the way she's trying to belittle her this is why we got to stay away from
Like
Pacific.
religious
Yeah, it's just
thing?
my religious beliefs, yeah.
Okay, there's no evidence. I mean, I can't argue with that.
Anyone else?
I feel like we're looking at different statistics on the relational satisfaction because women with higher
She
body
didn't know
count-
what a soul tie was when you sleep with too many people. That's concerning. That's very concerning.
divorced at a far higher rate. And they also, it's harder for them to pair bond with their husbands because they've had so many past partners.
So pair bonding research is really not super strong, right? This idea of like oxytocin being released and stuff like that. The pair bonding is quite weak, evidentially. Like it's just increasingly becoming an unpopular theory around.
Because I've heard about this and I forgot what it was on it. Let's do pair bonding and body count. Oh, they got some stats here. Okay, this is what sociology data shows. While the physical mechanisms of body remains intact, large-scale demographic studies, and it's from the Family Institute, do show clear statistical trends regarding relationship longevity. 0 to 1 partner statistically correlates with the highest rates of reported marital satisfaction, 65 to 71%, the lowest rate of divorce historically near single digits. 2 partners. Interestingly, some studies slight bump in divorce risk for individuals who exactly 2 life partners compared to those who slightly more often attributed to feeling of settling too quickly. 3 to 9 represents the normative baseline for modern American adults. Marshall happiness scores are seen a slight downward trend by remain relatively stable. 10 plus partners correlate with a statistically significant increase in the probability of Marshall dissolution and lower. So she's right. The more people you're with, the less chances you have of having a successful marriage or actually be happy. Makes sense. I didn't doubt it for a minute.
and sexual bonding, right? It seems like intimacy and closeness over time predicts closeness rather than these sort of things. I guess to kind of speak to the shame piece more directly, being